raise awareness for the homeless and the food banks. And it's a great community event. I mean, it brings thousands of people out from here to Western Speedway. It's just an amazing number of people you see on the sidewalks and the streets. It's a lot of fun.
I know I enjoy seeing them every year. I go out with my kids and have a look at the parade. Now it's nice to be in it.
Fun event there tonight. Lots more still to come. A wanted man. The man behind WikiLeaks is on the run tonight. We'll explain why and where authorities think he might be after the break.
Join me, Steve Walker Duncan, in discovering the flavors of the West Coast. Sunday nights at 6:30 on Check.
People in Victoria, get over here. You can say big. Look at that showcase. You start with furniture for the living room. And for the bedroom, mattresses firm, soft, and in between. What about the dining room? Classic to contemporary. It's all here for total savings. At the gas, you won't be undersold? You're right!
It's our expert advice. It's our quality product. Well, close. Those are all good reasons, but the number one reason is because of our people.
Don't miss out on our holiday season specials. On December 4th and 5th, have your pet pictures taken with Santa. Plus, save up to 50% off at our big store-wide sale.
At Pets West, we've been treating our customers with great service for over 20 years.
Pets West in the Broadmead Village Shopping Center. Committed to you and your pet.
The world now is helping Israel to fight a deadly forest fire, the worst in Israeli history, near the port of Haifa. One big problem, Israel doesn't have any firefighting planes. John Bray reports on the effort to get the fire under control.
They're fighting a running battle with the flames and often losing. The village of Ein Hod, once a haven for artists, now a picture of destruction. 17,000 people have fled their homes. This fire has been too big for Israel's emergency teams to combat alone. They have lacked numbers, but not courage. Among the dead, 16-year-old Elad Rivan, a trainee firefighter shown here last year. On Thursday, he skipped school to join his crew and lost his life in a doomed attempt to save a bus carrying prison guards. It's here that most of the 41 victims of the fire perished. As for the cause, police have made 2 arrests.
The initial results that we have at the moment is that it took place as a result of negligence. Our unit's continuing that investigation, which is obviously going to be a thorough investigation.
The burning hillsides are now being attacked from the skies, aircraft from many nations answering Israel's call for help. Even the Palestinians have offered what aid they can. Flight after flight dumping water and fire killing chemicals, the biggest so far this plane sent by Russia. But even it will be dwarfed by the American supertanker due to arrive overnight. And as darkness fell, another outbreak and another emergency call. The fires have been raging now for 3 days and 3 nights, and all around me here, the trees are still smouldering. This has been a huge natural disaster and a terrible human tragedy, and for Israel, a wake-up call. In a nation where every acre of land is so precious, might more have been done to protect it.
He is one of the most wanted men in the world, and tonight an arrest may be imminent for Julian Assange, the man behind WikiLeaks. And there are new problems tonight for his website, which has gone public with millions of classified military and diplomatic records.
Even as Julian Assange reveals more documents threatening damage and embarrassment to the U.S. and its allies, the legal process to detain the WikiLeaks founder for allegations of sex crimes is moving forward.
In case he is arrested, he will fight the extradition from whatever country he is arrested in.
While Assange battles for his personal freedom, he's also fighting to keep his site online. The latest technical difficulty? The website PayPal cut access to donations to WikiLeaks, saying its service cannot be used for any activities that encourage, promote, facilitate, or instruct others to engage in illegal activity. Meanwhile, an internet game of cat and mouse continues, with 2 American service providers dropping WikiLeaks, and France working to ban the site from its servers too. Still, in Sweden, Assange's servers remain safe in an underground former military bunker.
As long as there are no legal claims from the proper Swedish authorities, they will stay there, of course.
The 39-year-old Australian computer hacker is wanted in Sweden for accusations of rape and sexual molestation made by 2 women in August, detailed in this 68-page court document obtained by NBC News. Assange adamantly denies the allegations, and his attorney insists the investigation is dirty tricks. The Swedish prosecutor disagrees.
This has been handled exactly as every other case. We have been following the normal procedure.
But Assange remains defiant. During an online chat with readers of a British newspaper Friday, he wrote, "The Cablegate archive has been spread to over 100,000 people in encrypted form. If something happens to us, the key parts will be released automatically."
Police in Oregon now have a person of interest in the case of a firebombing at a mosque. Investigators believe the arson could have been retaliation against a foiled bomb attempt at a tree lighting in Portland last week.
All is calm tonight outside this Corvallis home, but that wasn't the case earlier this week. Benton County District Attorney John Harrelson tells News Channel 8 that on Monday, police searched the home of Cody Crawford in connection to the firebombing at the nearby Salman Al-Farisi Islamic Center.
He just doesn't seem like he would do that, but then you hear that all the time, so what do I know?
Inside the small brick home, we learned investigators found several items, including empty propane bottles, a Bic lighter, cameras, a white powdery substance, even a small metal wire with burned fire material. Knowing this, we wanted answers, but nobody came to the door. Only neighbors who described Crawford as a nice guy.
I like him very much. He's been really nice, really kind. He mows my yard for me. He shoveled all the snow when it snowed last week.
Authorities believe the firebombing at the Corvallis Mosque may be in direct response to the foiled bombing at Pioneer Courthouse Square. The suspect in that case is Mohammed Mohammed, who on occasion worshipped at the Salman Al-Farisi Islamic Center.
I hope they come certain every day to figure out who did it.
Mohammed Al-Farah not only worships at the mosque, but he's also next-door neighbors with Crawford, who, according to an affidavit, told police whoever's responsible for the bombing plot in Portland should be sent back to their country of origin. Al-Farah can't believe those words allegedly came from his neighbor's mouth.
Always being nice and try to help, and, that reaction is kind of hard, to see it come from a person like him.
And that's why Al-Farah will keep from judging Crawford until he's more than just a person of interest.
A heart-stopping scene unfolded in a Madrid train station last night. A security camera captured the scary moment. Take a look at the top left of your screen. A man reportedly under the influence of alcohol is seen stumbling and then falling onto the tracks. People waiting on the opposite platform then begin waving desperately to warn the driver of an oncoming train. That's when an off-duty policeman jumped onto the track, dragging the man to safety just moments before the train arrived. It was a cold morning inspiring coats and myths, but it didn't stop a group of well-meaning fundraisers from stripping down to their bathing suits in Victoria today. Whew, but that wind is the cold part. Several personalities in the Babes Go Bear for Cancer calendar stripped down to sell the 2011 edition outside Victoria's Royal Oak Mall today. This is the second year of the fundraiser for the BC Cancer Foundation and features local people, including Chuck News' own Gordy Tupper, bravely bearing all in creative poses each month.
That the idea was to get real local people, some you might recognize and some you might not, and get them posing in a calendar that shows real body image, shows the scars and the stretch marks and all of that. And we sell them for the BC Cancer Foundation.
I didn't agree to do it. I was forced to do it.
He wasn't forced.
I was forced to take my clothes off. It's a horrible story.
The calendar raised over $19,000 for the BC Cancer Foundation last year, and it's hoped that number will be exceeded this year. For more information, go to babesgobearforcancer.ca. So our weather forecast now, and indeed a very cold day to be wearing anything, including your bathing suit. It was a snow emits this morning as frosty conditions persisted across the island. Many people had to get the scrapers out for their windshields. It looks like temperatures should be warming up a little into the midweek, though the sunny, beautiful conditions that we saw across most of the island today unfortunately won't be repeated in most parts tomorrow. Let's show you the satellite map. As we go forward, we're going to see that big band of cloud, and it's actually a frontal system approach. It should be hitting the island sometime overnight Sunday and into Monday. The real rain associated with that system will come Monday night and through Tuesday. Unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be a pretty wet week ahead, though some areas of the island should be able to avoid the rain even through till about Monday into Tuesday. Though the North Island and east coast of Vancouver Island is forecast to see it sooner rather than later. This is what it'll look like on the northern tip. A low of just 0 tonight. You'll see some clouds moving with that system, and the clouds will stick around tomorrow with a daytime high of 5. On the west coast, overnight conditions will be chilly here too, -4. Tomorrow you'll rebound to just 2 degrees, and cloudy skies forecast for that area as well. The east coast of Vancouver Island will see the rain, and it'll start up in Campbell River and Courtney and Comox. Tomorrow you should see a daytime high of about 5, a frosty overnight low of -2 tonight. For Nanaimo, Parksville and Ladysmith -2 tonight, tomorrow 5, and some rain is in the forecast. And just a 40% chance of showers for the southern tip. For your Sunday, 7 degrees, an overnight low of 2, though clouds and wind will be the story tonight. Across BC, some below 0 temperatures up north. Prince George, -11, Kamloops, -3, -4 for Kelowna and Cranbrook at -6. Vancouver will see a rain-filled day at 5 degrees. Across Canada tomorrow, so pretty mild there, still out west. Temperatures already getting well below 0 in other parts. Look at the prairies, Edmonton and Calgary, though. Clear skies, it'll be -7 and -6. Much cooler still through Regina and Winnipeg. Regina at -16, Winnipeg at -9. Flurries for Thunder Bay, Toronto, and up through Montreal, and even up north into Iqaluit, where they'll see a daytime high of -8. St. John's is forecast to see some showers at 6 degrees. So this is what the next 7 days looks like. On the North Island, it's going to be a wet one, starting on Sunday and persisting right through the week. Rain in the forecast, though some really warm temperatures are also in store for us around Tuesday and Wednesday through the midweek. On the Central Island 7-day forecast, we see a similar scene. Wet conditions persisting from Sunday right through to next weekend. Overnight lows, though, start really warming up come Monday as the system approaches. Tuesday is when we really start to see some of the rain associated with it. But not an extreme storm. We'll see some considerable rainfall, and it'll be wet for some time. Finally, the 7-day forecast for the South Island. Sunday looks like some shower activity, just a chance of it. Monday looks dry with clouds, but the rains move in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and right through to Saturday, though the temperatures are really nice around the midweek. Coming up next, excitement builds in the Harbor City. A special visitor arrives. We'll show you who after the break.
I'm Fred Jenner from Jenner Chevrolet Buick GMC. I support local TV, and you're watching Check.
Natural gas smells bad to keep you safe. If you smell rotten eggs, get out fast. Do not smoke, light matches, use a cell or home phone, or operate anything electrical. Get out and leave a door or window open. When you're safe, call 911 or your local fire department's emergency number. Remember, if you think you smell natural gas, act fast. Get out, then call. This message brought to you by Terrazoo Gas.
You've always wanted to be a pilot, so join the Victoria Flying Club and leave the fairy lines behind. Imagine flying along Vancouver Island's scenic west coast. The Victoria Flying Club puts you in the pilot's seat. Bring a friend and book a Discovery flight and be flying a plane for the first time this week. The Victoria Flying Club has been training private and commercial pilots for over 60 years. You're next.
This is me. This is Paul in Victoria. This is me now. Time for a cruise. No, not that kind. This kind. The all-new 2011 Cruise from Jenner Chevrolet Buick GMC with turbocharged power for best-in-class fuel economy. More room than Civic, Corolla, or Mazda 3 sedan, and 10 standard airbags. The Cruise starts at only $16,445. Plus, get a free set of winter tires or an iPad with your purchase. So come in for a cruise at Jenner Chevrolet Buick GMC on the Old Island Highway.
Fido, you save, but you get more than you think. phone, you get Fido dollars. Watch them grow and use them to get your next phone for less. Only Fido helps you save now with phones from $0 and later with Fido dollars.
Excited children focused on making a good impression jumped on the spot at Niles Harbor this morning as Santa himself flew in on a float plane.
4 minutes time for Santa arriving in downtown Milano on the waterfront.